on, but it's looking like good morning world. I'm just smoking my morning slap wood. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking it's a whole lot of shit going down all around the world with this money, and I'm trying to figure out what the fuck is money finna happen to money. Which got me thinking we looking weak right now. Joe Biden is the oldest president ever. This nigga is 81. Even Trump is 76. We don't need no more old motherfuckers running America. America is a business. We need a brilliant, intelligent mind running America. A mind of 45 to 55. We don't need nobody old as fuck running our country. Because we got a lot of fixing to do. And we got to figure this shit up, man. Because this shit looking janky right now. I don't know what the fuck going on, but it's looking like something going on.
Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, great millstone. And salutations, brothers, doing this thing in sincerity and truth, then with charity. All right, Yahweh's name, Heavenly Father. Bahasham is in the name, Ba'in Hadha Sham name. Yahweh Shai is the name of the only begotten Son, and Racha, Quadash means Holy Spirit, literally translated Spirit Holy. Racha, Spirit, Quadash, Holy. And hey, gonna hop right into it, man. You know, the Slim Thug you see on the screen, you know, a rapper. I don't know what he do now. But he said a lot, and it's funny, man. Because, you know, 2008, the crash, I believe it was, see, and it's funny that I got to say I believe. Because it was, I believe it was another one in 2001, I believe. But those things, a lot of Jake, we didn't really feel that, man. It didn't really affect us. We was already at the bottom. We didn't have much investments any fucking way. Now, of course, it affected some Jakes. But most Jakes didn't affect. We already at the bottom. All right? And even then, you know, it just went on by. But this one is something different. This is global. See, this is the fall and collapse of the actual dollar, man. This is like this regular, you know, this regular nigga right here, you know, he even knows it. He said this makes America look weak. And it's true. America is weak. They're losing the grip on their dollar. Fuck, it was a video I was watching earlier. It was on Redacted. Here we go. Come on. Help me!
So today we learn.
But the BRICS nation will be the first time in history, for the first time in history, surpass Western G7 economies for growth in the year 2023. You know, BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. I hate how you put this out of order. But anyway, they have seen lower inflation and massive growth in the GDP and will unseat the U.S. and Europe in those categories. Then it puts New World Order, ? And essentially, America is increasing inflation while these countries' inflation is going down. So their money is becoming more valuable. They're getting more spending power. While the dollar is getting weaker and weaker, you know, to simply put it. Which means it becomes more expensive to invest in the dollar. So it's more expensive for these countries to use the U.S. dollar and buy American debt, which means that debt is going to fall on the head of Esau Edom, man. It's going to fall on America. Yappa, fucking beautiful news. Hey, but we're at the end. I did want to get some comments, you know. It's interesting. Baby Bash. Is this the Baby Bash? It got the check mark. Yeah, the singer. Hey, this nigga said it. Get ready to start speaking Chinese, man. Our government is softer than wet tissue. LOL. It's a wrap. America has lost its power to to control, and these other countries is getting away from them being free and independent. I don't know what's going on, but it's looking like something going on. Felt that when he said that on the real. Exactly. It's the end, Thugga. Part of the process. It's chaos and confusion. It's all right. Right. Something is fishy. Why they don't want the U.S. dollar? That part. Then the CEO of Cash App, like, what? All crypto. They played us, told us crypto was no good. And now the dollar's going digital. Look up Fed now. You'll understand why the founder of Cash App died. Notice all the crypto billionaires were dying? Yep. Big facts. One by one, knocking them down. Hey, this is a wrap, man. Let me get some precepts. There was so much said in the comment and in Thugga News. I may name this video Thugga News. You know? Thugga News. That's hilarious. Jake, this shit is really about the effect. And these niggas still at party and bullshit. They still not looking to the Lord of Hosts for deliverance. That's the craziest part about all of this. These things happen is written, so we expect this to happen. We know the dollar gonna crash, digital currency, etc. We know that. The craziest part is, which we know too because it's written, but it's like, how can you see this and still not look for the answer, the escape? These niggas still looking to man and trusting in everything but the Lord. When is the Lord written and told us this story play by play? So let's start with Isaiah. It's Isaiah 14. And 3, and it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou was made to serve. This is literally our salvation. Listen, you Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, so-called, because we are the Israelites, that's not who we really are. Those are bywords. Those are insults and part of us losing our heritage. To be conquered by somebody, and then they fucking name you a Native American. America is not the name of this place. That's what they call you. That's a fucking insult, man. That goes for the rest of the tribes that's been switched over to Puerto Ricans, Dominican, Mexican. These are not your names. They force you to speak Spanish because you were conquered by Spain. Or you down in South America speaking Portugal, speaking Portuguese because you was conquered by Portugal, which is technically a part of Spain itself. This is fucking madness. But whatever. That thou take up this proverb against the king of Babylon and say, how hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? And we know this is not talking about ancient Babylon because ancient Babylon did not get this judgment that's written here in this Isaiah 14. All right? That land, just like Isaiah 13, that land is not utterly wasted. This is going into the daughter of Babylon, mystery Babylon, which is Edom, the wicked. Malachi 1 and 4, Edom is that wicked. 2 Thessalonians, 2nd chapter. Whose works come after Satan. That's the wicked. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted and none hindered. Who has ruled the world, gained control over the world by violence. All right? And not only gained control by violence, that's how, conquering works. You fuck up another country, shit, you rule their land. Till the victor goes to spoil, right? But Edom never let up. They continue to oppress and just beat everybody. It's crazy. Right? the whole earth is at rest and is quiet, they break forth into singing. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller has come up against us. Hell from beneath. So when this devil goes down, the earth is going to be at peace. That's another thing, man. Esau didn't just smite the people of these lands. He's destroying resources. He's bleeding the earth dry, man. Non-stop oil pumping, deforestation just because. Fucking madman. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. Which a feller is one who cut trees. Hell from beneath is moved for thee, to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee. Even all the chief ones of the earth, to let you know this ain't talking about people that's dead and in some pit burning forever. Hell means the grave. And these heathens have been in the grave. They've been at the bottom. All right? Esau has been in heaven. He's been ruling. And these heathens have been in hell. They've been at the bottom under Edom. But it says what? They're waking up now. They turn against you. Now they're doing shit to build their economies up. Saying, no, America ain't going to run shit no more. It has raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. All they that speak and say unto thee, art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? All they that's, and we're seeing that weakness. All right, not just the, for one, yes, the military ain't the same like it used to. Only thing that's really been holding these people back is the threat of nukes. But now all these other countries have nukes. So there's certain things Americans can't even do to these other countries. They can't come with that treachery no more. Because they also have to face the threat of being nuked. That was the equalizer. And that was the Lord's plan, Isaiah 54:16. All right, what is it? Joel, the 3rd chapter. Let the weak say they are strong. Beat their plowshares into weapons. So now they have weapons that can, an ultimate weapon that can match Esau's shit, man, America's shit, which are nukes. All right. I remember the elites, they want to go digital, they want to get control over everything. But at the end of the day, Esau is divided. They don't have a good grasp on things as, sometimes we make it seem. The elites are doing things, but they not in control. Just like, World War II. It worked to their advantage. Hey, but Kaiser was on bullshit. And he wanted that power. He wanted that power. So that goes to Winston Churchill saying, how's it go? Never let a event go to waste. I'm saying it. I'm butchering the quote. But basically, when something happened, don't let it go to waste. Use it to your advantage. So even at war, they used, which was already planned to set up, the Jewish state. But that was the opportunity. I'm talking about World War One. World War One. World War One, I just put the two wars together. World War One is Kaiser. All right, and he wanted to show his might. He was contrary. That's the division. And the same thing happened with Hitler in World War II. He ain't want to pay that damn money. That was going to bankrupt Germany, man. And it worked to their advantage to set up that state. All right? Same thing now. These nations are working together and they're coming against America, man. Now the elites, they want to, transition to digital currency anyway. So that's happening simultaneously. At the end of the day, these countries are actually fed up with Esau ruling, man, primarily America. But when America falls, all chaos pursues, man. All right? Hell from beneath is moved for thee. To meet thee at thy coming, it stirreth the dead for thee. Even all the chiefs of the earth, they had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. So these nations are coming against this shit, man. All right? And you can see them speeding the plan up. It's almost like maybe it's not going according to how they wanted it at first. They expected a smooth transition on. Because, hey, these bricks are making moves, man. All they shall speak in sanctity. Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. And I'm just thinking about a few things at once, like the Revelation 17, it talks about even the 10 shall hate the whore, which the whore be in America. So these motherfuckers are really divided, man. Somewhere behind the scenes, it's some shit we ain't seeing. Now, of course, they at least got a plan to take over everything and get everybody chipped. And they working on doing that with the world. But meanwhile, you got these different countries making certain moves, man. All right? That division is there. But anyway, this said, what art thou also become weak as we? The American dollar is crashing, man. That's part of the weakness, like the 10 toes in Daniel. The 10 toes, partly clay, partly weak, partly strong. And the clay represents what? Back in the second chapter, debt. America's debt is bringing it down to be like a weak nation now, man. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So it's a wrap, man. All right, it's a wrap. Oh yeah, they mentioned that Jeremiah. Well, they didn't mention it, but what they said in the comment is what Jeremiah.
We need a brilliant, intelligent mind.
Jeremiah, America has lost its power to control, and these other countries is getting away from them being free and independent. And that's just it, man. This is Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. Which that wine represents, the Western philosophy, man. All right? And ultimately, what did they get in bed with? The U.S. dollar, man, and central banks, man. All the world got on debt notes. All right? And now they through. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. Howl for her, take balm for her pain, if so be she may be healed. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. So these other countries could have kept this shit going. The BRICS didn't have these BRICS nations, these other countries, they didn't have to increase their gold reserves and lower their American debt holdings, man. They could have kept buying debt. They could have held on to the, what's the fucking word? The American bonds, they had. They could have kept all of that, man. But nope, they got rid of it. Hey, they laid a terrible wound in Esau. That's in the book of Obadiah. What does it say? And let us go everyone to his own country. They strengthened in their own currencies, man. Which is all is to lead to the same thing, the chip. Because they making moves thinking, okay, well, we can get this financial freedom and this separation from the American hegemony. Then we can make this, at least probably paying both sides. You can make this one currency for everybody, telling the other side that let's go digital. Because they all doing what? They getting their central bank digital currencies together too. Because Esau's a tricky devil. The elites is back there, yeah, we can come together. This is what we need, So they thinking they getting their shit together to get away from America. Meanwhile, the elite bankers is a big part of the problems too, because America is referred to as what? The beauty of the Chaldees. This place was created by somebody behind the scenes. All right? That's why different parts of DC is all the shape. When you look at aerial view, you got shit shaped like the owl. You got what is like the penta it's a bunch. Oh, you got the Mason compass. Look, when you get an aerial view of DC, it's crazy how Masonic it is. You can tell this shit was placed by design, just like George Washington and his Masonic guard when he took his photo as president. Secret societies has been running this shit, and it's the bankers, the elites. All right, and we know who wears that hat, the small one, the hat of the small variety, with the nose of a hook. We will have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her and let us go everyone to his own country. For her judgment reached unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. So that's what's coming, man. When this shit fall, you think America's going to lose their power without a fight? The proudest of all nations. America is the proudest of the Edomites. Edom is violent inherently. You think they're going to go down without a fight? Here it is. The elites is like, well, now we're getting everybody on digital currency. America going to say, fuck that. Do whatever they going to do. Then the other side, the allies, Europe is going to turn this whore and light this bitch up. But it's stemmed and based off this money crashing. Here we go right here in Jeremiah reading it. Here we go in James finna read it. And then, Lord will, I'm going to end it on this Revelation. This James 5:1. Go to now, you rich men. Weep and howl for your miseries that shall come upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. All right, and of course, they don't use gold and silver, which really, when they got rid of the gold, finally the gold standard, that was the end of this shit. Because then it was 100% debt-based. And back in 2 says what it says when, again, that word thick clay is the Hebrew abadyat, which means heavy debt. So this shit wasn't going to last much longer after that. And now we hear what the dollar, their proverbial gold and silver, is even rusting over. Which means this is a witness against, this is a sign of your end. And shall eat your flesh as it were fire. That's physical, that's destruction. So when this money shit happens and your end comes, you have heaped treasures together for the last days. Let me get this revelation, man, to back that up. Verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, which is the EU, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. For the most I have put in their hearts to fulfill his will, and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of God shall be fulfilled. And the beast represents, the EU and NATO. So they had a sort of union for a minute, man. But that was so the Lord's will was to be completed. Now we're at the end. Now it's time to come punish the stout heart of the king of Assyria. And the woman which thou sawest is that great city, America, which reigneth over the kings of the earth with that continual stroke. So this place is through, man. Even Thugga News sees it. Hey, Shalom, call all me how about Shemi Hawashai.